Hey guys, it's Brandon. Um, Shout out to the MISC. It's 1:30 in the morning right now. I'm just gonna get some fucking. I'm walking like 2 miles to the nearest open store to get some cigarettes and after that get some pho. But I just wanted to like tell this like really funny story. I got kicked out of an Uber earlier today, so I'm sorry the lighting's like bad. So walk over here. I took an Uber to work this morning, and the guy picks me up, and he's like a 55-year-old like white dude, and I've taken Uber before, so this I get in the car. I'm like, hey, what's up? How you doing? He's like, oh, I'm doing good, and he drives off. Like I kind of judge him like by their speed that they're driving at, if they're gonna be a good driver or not. So this guy was like driving fine. But here's what happened. So we're getting like really close to my work. All right, I'll say towards the end of the ride. Um, we're on the freeway, and I was like, "Hey, you had to veer off to the right." And there was like two ways he could have gone: straight or taking the right. I needed to take the right. So he wasn't acting like by his body language and the way he was driving, like he wasn't acting like he was gonna go right. And he's got his GPS navigation on his phone on and everything. So I'm like, okay, this might be one of those guys, one of those people. So I'm pointing when he gets to the separation of the ways we need to go. I was like, go that way, that way, that way, that way. I just pointed. I didn't say right or left because, sometimes when you tell someone right or left, they get like confused and go the other way. Like it just looked like this guy wasn't going the right way. So I was like, and he was like, oh, at the last minute before the separation of the fucking streets. He's like, oh. And he turns and he goes right. And then he goes that way and he's like, thanks. So I'm already like, this is a warning signal, you know? I was like, might be in for more of a disturbance. So we keep going, and we're getting closer to my work. And we get up to this point where the only thing after this point he has to do is go straight. However, on the street we're on, there's three separate lanes. So there's a left lane, turns left. There's a straight lane, which leads right to my work. We have to go across the street, and this is all in front of us. This is a stoplight, at a stoplight. And then there's a right lane where you can turn right, okay? So I was like, dude, get into the straight lane. I was like, follow those trucks because they're going right to my work. There are trucks from my work. I was like, get there. And he was like, oh, okay. So he starts driving. We get closer to the stoplight where all this, the left, right, or the left, straight, and the right turn lanes are all together, okay? And he's getting closer, like trucks are fucking lining up in straight lane and cars. And I'm like, dude, get in that one. And by the time I said that, we were already going in the left turn lane. So I'm like, dude, I just fucking told you. Like, he's already, and he's got his fucking GPS thing. You know how the Uber shit is. So I was like, dude, what the fuck is? I'm thinking like, what the fuck is this guy doing? So fucking I was like, dude, gotta get to the right lane, right, the lane next to us. He was like, oh, okay. And the trucks are all, there's like no gaps between the cars where he can squeeze in. I mean, barely. but he manages to get in. So he turns to the right and he gets into the lane, which is the straight lane, because we need to go over the light. We need to go through the stoplight to get to my work, okay? That's the only option. And so he gets in there, manages to squeeze in between these trucks and these cars. And I'm thinking, good. I didn't say anything to him, but I was thinking like, okay, he made it. I'm like, I'm gonna be at work in like less than 2 minutes. Well, that didn't happen, because what he did next was actually, all of a sudden, he started steering. Once we were stopped in this lane, he starts steering his wheel to the right side. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he steers it to the right side, and he pulls into the other lane, which was the right turn lane, which was going a totally separate direction. I don't know why he did this. I did not tell him to do that. So he fucking pulls into the right turn lane. And at that point, I was like, dude, what are you doing? Like in this voice tone, okay? I was like, what are you doing, dude? He was like, huh? And I was like, dude, you just pulled in the right turn lane. We're trying to go in the straight lane. We need to go across. We need to pass through this fucking light right here. I just told you. And he was like, and then we drive. He was like, if he was a really good driver, he could have kind of like let the other drivers at the straight lane know that he was going to cut in front of him. There was like a little bit of room. But he fucking, he's like, he starts taking the right turn. Okay. And, takes the right turn. And at that point, I was just like, dude, I'm going to fucking tell this guy, like, he's fucking stupid. And he was like, I was like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? And he was like, he turned to me, he was like, why are you getting upset? And I was like, dude, I gotta get to fucking work right now, and you're doing all this dumb shit. And he just looks at me like, I'm like, and then we're still driving. I was like, let me out of the car right now, like, because we're right near my work. He fucked it up because he went in a different way. Like, I could have just got out and walked. But the way he went, like, I've never been on that road. So he just took us in a totally different direction. And I didn't know what was there, if he could make a U-turn, blah, blah, blah. So he turns at me. He's like, why are you upset? He's like, why are you getting upset? I was like, dude, I got to get to fucking work right now, and you're doing this dumb shit. Okay? And then after that, he was like, I made a mistake. And I was like, dude, you made 2 fucking mistakes, dude. Like, and I mean, I timed this Uber ride, like, I mean, I left a little bit of, I called it early enough, so even if he fucked up, we would have gone there on time. But it was just like, dude, I already told you where I needed to go, okay? I pointed in that direction. You fucked up more than twice. So after I told this, luckily we drove down the street, and there was like a fucking, the lanes were not divided with anything, no like cement or anything. So I was like, all right. And he's still looking at me clueless, like, what is this guy so mad about? I'm like, dude, just fucking go, dude. Like I'm the fucking customer. You're the fucking service provider or whatever. Like if I tell you to fucking take me to where I want you to take me, like, fucking take me there. Like, dude, your thinking's like fucked up. All right, so he pulls a U-turn. I said, pull a U-turn right there. I don't give a fuck if it's illegal or legal. Like, I do it right fucking there, because you already fucked up. And he looks at me like, so he pulls it around, does a U-turn, and we're still. So he pulls it around. He was like, get out of my car. And I'm just like, oh my God, dude. Like, we're almost like right at my work too. Probably like 800, 900 feet away. Plus, like I said, I had already asked him to pull over and let me out, and he didn't do that. Okay? So he does that, and then I get out. Well, I pick up all my stuff, and I'm like 900 feet away from my work, and I was like, dude, you're fucking retarded. And he was like, you're an asshole. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not trying to like get into more shit with this fucking guy. Like, I take my stuff and I leave. I take it out of the car, and then he drives off, but he gets caught at the stoplight, like at the intersection, okay, which is right where near I had to fucking walk down the driveway to my work. So I'm walking. Probably took me like 10 seconds to catch up where I'm like next to his car, but he's sitting there, and I kind of was like, I'm gonna look at this guy to see his reaction. I kind of thought he was just gonna keep looking ahead. Like, I mean, obviously, I was the one who got fucked over here. As I walk up next to him, I turn and I look at him, and the guy fucking flips me off, dude, with like a mean face, like, yeah. And I'm just like, dude, like, I'm the one. I was just in shock, guys. Like, I just couldn't believe it. So, the guy fucked up the whole Uber ride. I mean, I told him exactly where to go. I've taken Uber to my work before, and this never fucking. I mean, I told him exactly how to get there, and they just were like, okay, I'll drive you there. I mean, it was really simple. There was just this one intersection I had to say, go straight. Go straight. And he didn't want to do that. So, yeah. That's all I have to say about that one. It was fucking retarded. Like, I told a bunch of people this story already. They were like, wow, that's fucking stupid.